Hello learners, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to learn about Python exception handling. I will be covering what exceptions are, why they are important, and how to handle them efficiently in your Python code. We will go through practical examples and best practices to help you write robust and error-free programs. So, in Python, an exception is an event that occurs during the execution of a program that disrupts the normal flow of the program's instructions. So, when an error occurs, Python raises an exception. If the exception is not handled correctly, the program will terminate and an error message, which can also be called traceback, it will be displayed. So, in easy language, in easy term, we can say in Python, an exception is like a red flag. So, which waves when something goes wrong while running the program. For example, if you try to divide a number by 0 or using a variable which doesn't exist, Python will get confused and it will stop your program with an error message saying that that's an exception. So like that we might get if we want to write in our program about the exception, Python will stop your program. So now the question is how you can handle the exception. So we can handle the exception in multiple ways. Here I have already listed few ways that we can achieve it. So very first we can try preventing crashing. So if you handle exceptions properly, your program won't crash suddenly. You can catch the error and keep going. It also makes our code stronger by expecting and dealing with possible mistakes. Your code becomes smarter and more reliable, right? Then better user experience. For better user experience also we use exception. Instead of showing a scary error message to the user, we can, even if that is error, we can show a friendly message like oops, something went wrong, and instead of that you have entered that wrong thing, or you should enter this one. So in this way the user will also understand that what a mistake they have done and how to overcome from that mistakes. Then clean up properly. If your program is using a file or internet connection, exception handling can make sure everything is closed or cleaned up properly, even if an error happens. So exceptions handling is really important in Python, and when you are doing a proper programming, like creating a project or working for any company, then you have to write everything in a exception handling, in a try and except in Python. So let's start. In Python it is a very basic that we should start with try and except. So these two are the core of exception handling. Two blocks, try and except block. See, try and then except. So just for showing purpose, I have written try and except. Let me show you with the example, proper example, then you will understand it better. So try block, this block will raise an exception and it is placed like inside the try block. Just you need to write the try and then you have to write the exception, whatever may arise, whatever error may arise. And then except block, it is a if an exception of type any exception type occurs in the try block, if any error is coming in the try block, then it come inside this except block and this will execute it. Now there are different type of exceptions that exist in Python. It may be type error or value error or file not found error, like different types, zero division error, a lot of different types of error also comes. Let me tell you that in interviews also, interviewer might ask that if this is the program, which type of error might come, and what is when this error will come. Like that, in interview also they ask these types of questions related to exception handling. So very first I will be telling you about zero division error, because this is easy to understand. uh, this is nothing but whenever you want to divide any number with zero, as you know, it will not get divided and it will give you error. Why? Because you can't divide any number with zero, right? So how to tackle that error? In Python, whenever we write a code, we generally try to write that in a function. So here I am defining a function divide using def keyword, and I'm given the function name divide, and I'm keeping two arguments x and y. For your better understanding, I have even write all the comments for each line, because initially when you start writing code, it's better to write comment, so that when next time you visit, it will be easy for you to understand and to do revisions as well. So here, after taking the function, I'm taking two arguments x and y, and now I am not directly writing the body of function. What I'm doing, I'm writing the body of function inside the try block, so that first this function will try this. Okay, try what? Try dividing x by y and keeping it in a result variable, and if there is no error, it will print the result. But if here the error will come, if the y is 0, then what? If any error is coming from this try block, it will execute, it will look for the next block, which is except. So it will look for the except block. So it will execute the except block and it will take this zero division error class, and whatever inside this, it will print that. So it will be printing error cannot divide by 0. So we have given simple zero division error, and in zero division error it is already defined, it is predefined, this class in Python. So that's why we can write, as you can see, it is already coming, this is a class, so it means it is predefined zero division error. Now I'm writing what to expect, that if this except block will execute, we can expect that it should print this error message. Now let me run this for you. See, it got run. Now let me call the function. So first I'm calling the function divide with two numbers x and y, which is x is 10 and y is 2. So it will give you 5, right? Because the result is 5. Now next, what I'm doing, I'm again calling the function, and x I have given 10 and y I have given 0. Now if it is so, see, instead of showing that red or something, it is showing me like the print message that we have written in the except block, error cannot divide by 0. See, so generally when Python executes, like let me show you, let me run this and see here. So here it showing Python is showing syntax error. So this is how the error will be showing in Python. But if you will handle the exception, it will not show like this, a different strange kind. It will give you the output. Instead of showing error, it will give you the output. So that's what I have said initially, that error will come, we need to handle. So error might come, but we need to carefully handle that error using the exception handling. This is the use of this concept, exception handling, to handle the error with proper, carefully we need to handle it. Now next we have handling multiple exceptions. So in one program we might need to handle more than one exception. So that also we can do. So again the same thing, we will be taking we will be defining a function, and then whatever parameter you want to take, you give that, and then body I will write in the try block. So if this number and I want to take integer value, so it will try it and it will print something, that process number, and it will print the number. Now if here what could be the exception could be, that anyone could enter the, instead of integer they could enter something else, maybe string, maybe float, something. So in that way there might be different errors. So that's why here I have written one except block with type error and another except block with value error. So let me show you. So try here in this body, as you can see in the try body, I am taking a input, number is int value, you have to give that in this function, and then try to convert the input to a integer. This can raise a type error if the value is not a string or number, and a value error if value is string but not a valid number. Okay, so let me show you. Here let me just run this. So what it will do, this number variable will keep whatever function value you will pass, it will convert that into integer. Okay, and then it will print that. Now let me show you, when you will call the process input, the function process input with the value, this is 1 2 3, but this is in string. Okay, so see, it is showing process number 1 2 3. Now again this is a proper string ABC. Now when I will call this, see, it is showing error, invalid input, please enter a valid number. Why? Because like this is a string, right? And this you can't uh, convert into ABC. ABC is nothing but a string, and you can't convert ABC into integer like number 1 2 3 4. So that's why it is showing you what error, invalid input, please enter a valid number. Now next, what I'm keeping, I have kept a float. So let me just run this. See, yes, you can convert a float into an integer, right? So just by removing the decimal value, you can convert it. So I have given process number 1 2 3. So this time it didn't show me any exception. Now again let me run this. Now again see, here it is a list which has value 1 2 3. Now they are asking this list to convert into integer. Is this possible? No. So again it will show you a, see, error, input must be a string or a number. you can't convert any list or tuple or set or dictionary into a integer or float, right? There's no comparison. So it will show you error, but it has shown me an exception way. It didn't show any error. Why? Because see, we have already given that type error or value error, right? So value error comes when the value was wrong. As you can see, ABC, this was a string, we can't convert it into integer, and then next type error. Type error is like you can't convert list or tuple or set or dictionary into a integer, right? So here it come a type error. It is a type error. So that's why it's shown you. It went to the except block and it didn't show you any error. It simply shown you this except message. So this is how we handle type error and value error. Now next is the else block. So we also use else block in exception handling. So the code in the else block is executed only if no exceptions were raised in the try block. Now see, why we write except block? I have given till now 2 examples. Here also, if the try will raise an error, if this try, whatever I have written in this try body here from this line, if it is raising an error, then after that it is coming inside except block, right? And if it is executed, it's fine. Otherwise, it's coming to the next except block. So this is how the try and except block work. But what if the try will not raise any error? So if try is not raising any error, it will execute its body. But what if we want to run, if we want something else? Suppose here I want to print something else as well. So suppose here I have written in try result is equal to x and y, x divided by y, because in this function divide I am taking 2 arguments x and y, and then except I am putting same zero division error, cannot divide by 0, and then else I am putting the result. So if the error will come, except block will execute. But what if error will not come? Then it should come inside this else block and it should execute the else block and print the result. So let me just run this. See, and now when you will run this, it will print you result, because see, result I have not printed. I am doing the operation inside the try block, but I have not written print result inside the try block. I have written print result inside the else block. So because there was no error, that's why it went inside the else block. It didn't go inside the except block. Now what if I will give the 0, 10 and 0, then it will go to the except block. It will not go inside the else. So it is showing error cannot divide by 0. So this is how we write else block also in exception handling. Now next we have finally block. So the finally block is used to specify code that should be executed regardless of whether an exception occurred or not. So finally block will execute always. Till now we learned about try, except and else. So the concept is when try block will raise an error. When try block will raise an error, then except block will execute. But if try block will not raise any error, it will not execute except block. And if you write the else block, it will execute the else block. But the finally block, it will execute regardless of whether an exception occurred or not. So let's learn Let's see the example for finally block. Now suppose here I am writing a function read file, and I will be keeping a parameter in the file name. Now I'm keeping initially file is equal to none, because initial value it will take as none, and then it will try. In the file variable I'm keeping open and then the file name, and I'm keeping R, it means it will read. Now content, another variable, it will read file dot read, reads the content of the file, and then it will print the content. Here this much three things, three instruction I have given in the try block, right? Now there is exception also. There are two exception, as you can see I have given two exception block. In one except block I have given file not found error. It might be, right? So file is not existed. Suppose by mistake I have given wrong file name and that is not existed, so it should show file not found error. Next exception is except exception as E, and if anything other than that file not found error, any other exception we got, any other error we got, it will come inside this except block. Now there is one finally block. As I have already told that this block will execute regardless of whether try block will raise an exception error or not. So inside this finally block I am keeping if file. If file means check if the file was successfully opened or not. If file got opened, we will simply close it. After reading and everything, all the operation is happening here. So what I want, whatever has happened here, if it got open or not, whatever, I want to close the open file. So if file, what the condition I've given, if file, because it might not open also, right? It might give you error. So I am keeping one condition in the finally block. If file is open, then I need to just close it, file dot close, and then print file closed. So this is how here I have written a finally block. Now let me just run this. Right now I haven't created any txt file or any file, so I'm just running this, and now let me call the function read file, and here I'm given my file.txt, and I'm running this. See, there is no file right now in my local, that my file.txt. That's why it is showing error, file not found. It didn't show any error. It has went inside the except block, and it is showing this print message. Now again I'm trying with another name, and this is also, see, this file is not exist. Now let me just create a file. I'm creating, see, text file, and I'm writing hi, this is exception handling session ask if you have any doubt. Okay, now I'm just saving it. So I'm file name I'm giving hi dot hi, simply hi. Okay, this is hi.md, right? So let me just come and So it has opened the file as I have instructed. File is equal to open file name in read mode, and then content variable, I'm instructing it file dot read, and once it read I want to print it whatever it has read. So file content, it is showing this variable file content, sorry, that here I have written file content. It is showing this is exception handling session, ask if you have any doubt. And then it once try block got this, see, finally executed, file close. Now as I have told that finally will be executed even if you will this. Why? Because I have given one condition, if file got open, then only this print statement will. But let me just write a print statement so that you will understand that even if uh, try has raised an error, finally got executed. I'm just print finally got executed. Okay, so let me just run this again and see, it has run. And now as you know, this file I have just created, so this way, let me just run this again. See, finally got executed. And here also if you will run this, see, finally got executed. It, because this file doesn't exist, so that's why it has went into except block, and it is showing that error, file not found, but finally got executed. And here I have given condition, right? If file means if file has opened, then I need to close it. So that's why here in this one hi.md was got open, that's why it closed the file. So this is how the finally block, you just saw that regardless of it open or not, try block has raised any error or not, it will execute. Now raising exception, so you can explicitly raise exception using the raise statement. So there is one more statement here in exception handling, that is raise. So till now we have seen that Python will show you error. Python might show you any value error or type error. But not only Python, even if we want that in this program, that I want to create a error message, like a built-in, not the pre-built-in like method Python error, but you want to create a error, right? If you want to create any error, that also you can create by using raise keyword. Okay, so here I have given get age, any function, and then I'm keeping one parameter age, and here I'm simply putting if not is instance age int, I'm simply this is raise, I'm creating a value error, any error you can create. I'm creating raise type error is must be an integer. So if it is not integer, suppose a string or something, here as you can see I have not defined, it should be int or something. So if it is not int, it should show you age must be an integer. It could be in float or something. So this if age is less than 0, I want it it should raise that age cannot be negative, and then I will return age. Now this is what I have written in the get age function. Now I will write that inside the try block. So very first I will be taking variable and calling the function with the value, and then I will be printing my age is this. Now as you know, I have given -5, right? So it should raise an exception, right? Because I have already given if age is less than 5, age cannot be negative, and I'm raising value error. So both the error you should give inside the except block. Then only why? Because once error will raise inside the try block, it will look for except, and once it will look for except, you have to give whatever error you have raised. So I have given both type error and value error because I have raised both here, and I'm simply as e, so this is just alias name, and then I'm printing this e, and again I'm writing a try block, and I'm here I have given just, actually I'm running the function here, so get age, and I'm simply keeping a string. As you know, again it should give error, so it will look for except block and it will print this. So let me just run this. See, first here get age -5, so it is showing age cannot be negative. Here it came into a value error, and then here age must be an integer because I have given a string, so it went into type error, and it should be age must be an integer. So this is how you can create raise your own error. Now we can also create custom exceptions. So you can define your own exception classes by creating a new class that inherits from the base exception class or one of its subclass. This allows you to create a specific exception types for your applications. So let me just here I have created a custom exception. Generally this we use for in banks. We simply take bank generally messages that insufficient funds error, like that. So I have created a class with the name insufficient funds error, and inside that I'm keeping exception parameter, and this is a doc string. This is nothing but like comment. Here I given written as in a doc string exception raised when an account has insufficient funds for a withdrawal. This is not executed, this will is not a program part. Now program will start in constructor. This is a constructor init, and here I'm taking three things inside. Self, by default it will take, and then balance and amount. So there are two variable I'm taking, balance and amount. And then once you create a constructor, this is how we create init is a constructor, and we have to initialize the parameter once you take. So this is balance and amount, so I'm initializing it. Self dot balance is balance, so it will store the balance, and self dot amount is amount, it will store your amount. Now so here I'm calling the super class constructor super dot init. I'm initializing the function, and then uh, I want to write the message insufficient funds, balance is equal to balance and amount is equal to amount, simply. Now I will be creating a function withdraw, and I'll be taking this account and amount, two parameters. So if account balance is less than amount, if this account balance is less than amount, then I will be raising insufficient funds error. This error will get raised, and you have to show the account balance and amount. And also I'll be keeping account balance is if not, then I will be keeping account balance is equal to account balance minus amount. This means that, and then I'll be printing it, the successful withdraw this much amount and the new balance. Now account, suppose till now our code got completed. Now when you run this, how? So when we run the custom exception, I will be taking a variable account, and I'll be keeping balance as 100. I'm keeping balance as 100, and now I'm trying two function like same function two times, withdraw with one account, and I'm keeping 50 as balance, and withdraw again account 200. So now what I'm doing, except whenever this try block will raise an error, it will look for accept, and this accept message insufficient funds error as E, it will print this E. So let me just run this. What is E? Successfully withdraw 50, because initially what is, see, only 100 I have kept balance. In account balance I kept 100. So when the first try got executed and it called the withdraw function with account and 50 to withdraw, it can withdraw, right? Because 100 minus 50 is new balance got 50. Now again, when I will call the function withdraw with the 200 to withdraw, account and 200, so this can't withdraw 200, right? Because balance is only 50 and you want to withdraw 200, so which is an insufficient fund. So that's why it has printed this, it has called this line that insufficient funds and balance it has shown you, and the amount it has shown you 200 you want, but your balance is only 50. So this is how you can create a custom exception. So generally here like I have already wrote all the comments, but for more understanding, here I have also written raise insufficient funds error. If there are insufficient funds, the custom insufficient error is raised with the balance and amount, and the rest of the codes you can see here I have called the function only. Now these many types of exception generally happens in Python. Now let me tell you what is the best practices for handling errors, exceptions in Python. So be specific, only catch the errors you expect, avoid writing just accept by itself, like if anything is not important, you don't need to write it. Use multiple except blocks, it is better to write multiple except blocks that I have written above for type error and for value error, like that. Always clean up with finally. So like if something is closing or disconnecting from the internet, you should write in a finally block, because it will execute anyhow. Then raise errors when needed, you can raise errors, and then make your own errors custom exceptions. Don't keep errors quiet, keep try block shorts, like keep the try block short so that it will be easily understandable, and handle errors when where it makes sense. So that's it. Catching and handling errors is super important for writing strong and smooth running programs. So use try, accept, else, and finally block. All this, it will help you and your program deal with problems without crashing. So I hope you like the session. If you have any doubt, write in the comment section. Uh, that's it for the exception handling. If you have any doubt, please write in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.